Hi, I'm April, and I wrote Find Your Brave with Coco and Bear. And this is my friend Gray, who I've known since she was a little baby. And today we're going to draw a picture of the porcupine. And he's kind of hidden in this book. But if you look at the last page, there he is swimming. And there's a picture of him when he does in a couple of the other pages. So I want you to find that. And we're going to draw a picture of him now. Ready? Mm-hmm. So in Find Your Brave, there is a character that I just love, and he's kind of hidden. He's hidden in a couple pictures. Right here is a porcupine. And when we first started the story, he was going to be a bigger part of the story, but then we wanted the focus to stay on Coco and Bear. So there's just a couple little shots of him at the very end. There's him in the water, and we are going to draw the porcupine today. Have you ever seen a picture of a porcupine or a video of a porcupine? Yeah. Have you seen them, like a video of them eating?
No.
Because it's the funniest thing. And when you're done with this drawing, you should go look up porcupine eating corn because it's really funny. Okay, so when we draw, it's good to check your colors beforehand because sometimes crayons can trick you. Gray was just saying he's had that experience before. So we're going to use a black, a brown, and a gray. If you don't have gray, it's okay because gray is actually, you can use a silver. Gray is actually just light black. So if you don't have gray, you can use a pencil or silver or anything just to make those lighter lines. And then we also have a purple. And then a lighter purple. It's okay if you don't have a lighter purple, you can use a pink. Oh, look at how pink that one looks.
It is pink.
It is pink. Okay, so we want purple and pink. And then like a orangey yellow. And a yellow. And a light blue. And that should be it. We're also going to use a black marker. If you're not allowed to use a Sharpie, you can use just a watercolor marker. But today with me, Gray, you're allowed to use a Sharpie. So the first thing we're going to do on our drawing is we're going to draw the sign that the porcupine is going to be holding. So we're going to draw it with our finger first, just because sometimes that helps our brain make a connection of what we're going to be drawing. So I want my sign to go about right here. Not too far on the sides. I want to leave room for his little paws to be holding the sign and for his cape. But we're using a light color so that if we mess up, it's no big deal. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to take the gray. So you can use that one. I'll use this silver right here. And we're going to draw a circle.
Wait, is that the gray that was just there?
Oh, look, there's a gray right here too.
You had it the whole time.
I had it the whole time. I'm going to use silver just to prove that we can do this with silver. So I'm going to draw a circle like this. It's kind of an ovally circle right here. Very nice. And right in the middle, I'm going to draw another circle. It kind of looks like a fried egg, except the middle of the fried egg is another oval right here. So not super close to the bottom, not all the way at the top. Perfect. And then from the bottom of that oval, I'm going to do a little line down and then a line like that and then a line like that. And then I'm going to make this line go down a little bit more. And I'm going to make teeth by drawing a little rectangle around it. Did that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we're going to plan where his eyes are going to go on this oval right here. So not at the very top, but just a little smidge down. I know ovals don't have corners, but pretend. You're going to put two little circles right here in the corner of the oval. Awesome. Okay, so then right here, see the sign, how it comes out about that far. So I want to take about that much space on the side, and I'm just going to do like a curved line like this. And I'm going to make it come all the way over this first circle that we drew. And I messed up a little bit, but that's okay. So I want the line to go all the way like that. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Oh, very nice. Okay, and then right here, we're going to do his little paws, and he has short little arms, so he doesn't have a lot of room to hold the sign very low. So we're going to do on the corner of this rectangle, just draw a circle. And then we're going to do show where his cape is. So you can take your purple. He doesn't look very much like a porcupine yet.
He's getting there.
He's getting there. That's right. I like that attitude. Okay, so right here, we're going to do his little purple cape. So I want you to find the middle of where this, and then come just a little bit to the side of the middle and do a line like that. So it looks like a little mountain line like that. Oh, that's perfect. And the same thing, find the middle, go a little bit to the side of it, and then do another little mountain line like that. I made mine go all the way to the paws, but it's okay. That's perfect right there. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. And then right here, we're going to make, it's kind of like a smiley face line like that. And we're just kind of planning this out. It's going to look a little bit different. And now we're going to show where the bottom of his cape is. So pretend, like, first take your finger and kind of like think about if you were doing a giant smiley face right here, where that would go. Okay, so it's not going to go over the sign. I'm going to do a line like this, stop, pretend like I'm doing the smiley face all the way over like that. That's awesome. Excellent. Okay, and then right here we want to make it look like his cape is kind of flapping in the wind. So I'm going to do another curved line like that. Oh, that's awesome. And then same thing right here. Really good. Okay, so now we can start to add a little bit of details. This is one of my favorite parts, is with the Sharpie. Again, if you're not allowed to use a Sharpie, or if you don't have a Sharpie, any black marker will work. You can even use a ballpoint pen if you just make your lines a little thicker. So we're going to go on top of where we put the eyes. And rather than making them just circles, just make them kind of like up and down ovals if you can. You can just add a little bit if you need to. Okay, so now right here, where that's the line of his tooth is, let's draw that first, just up like that and stop. Okay, and then from right here, I'm going to do a line. So it's kind of like a triangle, a mix between a triangle and a full like half circle. Oh, that's perfect. And then we're going to draw his nose in. So starting from the bottom of that line we just drew, and then we're going to make a thick line and then stop. And we're going to do them side by side. They don't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to go and just make this a little bit right there. So I just did 3 small lines on the bottom. Oh, that's really good. Okay, awesome. And then we're going to do over where his mouth is. So I'm going to start from right here. Whoops, if my marker will work. And do that little smile. And then at the end, I'm doing a circle. That makes it look like his smile is kind of 3-dimensional and going back in his face. And then same right here. And then we can bring the line down around his teeth.
One of his teeth is bigger.
It's okay because he didn't have the opportunity to go to an orthodontist. So then under here, we're going to make another smiley face line that goes under the teeth. And you can color it in, or we can make it his little tongue right there. If you want to make it his tongue, don't color it in. I think I'll make it his tongue, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Oh, whoops, I forgot one more thing. We're going to just do like his little nail like this in the middle of his paw circle, really close to the end. And then do this little one on the other side and the other side like that. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to take our black crayons and look at how tired my crayons are. They have done so much art for me, but they still work even though they're slightly broken and very peeled. So we're going to take the black and we're going to go over his nose. I'm going to do a pretty screaming hard line right here, and then I'm going to make it softer and softer. See how I'm shading it darker and then up to lighter. And I'm staying in this circle that we drew for his nose. That's some good shading. Awesome. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing here. Dark, really close to the line of his mouth, and then lighter. And then the same thing on the other side, really close to the line of his mouth, and then lighter. And then underneath his little lip here, do a line like that. Perfect. And then from that line, we're just going to add a little bit more shading. And do you see this circle that I first drew for his head? Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I'm just doing, light shading all the way in that circle. Not on top of the teeth or the tongue if you want to make it a tongue, but all the way the rest in that circle. So now we can draw his little paw, and you see where we put the nail? I'm going to do like a half oval like that around each of the nails. And then same thing on the other side. And they can be kind of sketchy lines. It's okay if they're not perfect, because again, it'll just make it look like fur. Okay, he's looking awesome, sir. And now, rather than coloring it really nice like we did on the face, we want these to look furry. So on top of that, I'm kind of messing it all up by doing some lines like that. It's not all in the same direction. It's kind of different directions. Awesome job. Okay, and then remember this weird line right here and the top of a sign. So we're going to take our dark brown. Here is your very sad little dark brown, but it still works. We're going to take our dark brown and really close to the sign. We're not going to color on the sign or on the cape. If you do, it's okay. This is just for fun. But we're going to do a really dark color in right there. And then as we get to the top, we're going to slowly make it so that it's light and then just goes into nothing. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we want it to look furry. I'm going to add. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, and then we can take the brown and lightly color over his face. And that'll kind of tie that all in. Not too hard. We don't want to like get rid of all that beautiful detail, but porcupines do have pretty dark faces.
Do we color over the teeth?
Don't color over the teeth. Good question, sir. Good question. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, now we can add a little bit on top of his paw right here. Again, when we do the paw, you can just do like crazy fur lines like that. It doesn't have to be nicely colored. And then right here, do you see how we didn't draw the side of the cape right here? That's on purpose. So this line right here, where the top of the sign is, color it really dark, not on the cape, right in this little section here. And then I want you to just make some furry bits that come out. That's perfect, Gray. We'll do the same thing on this side. Now comes the fun part. We can start to add some of his porcupine spines. Okay, when we're done with the brown ones, you can grab the black and you can make some really long black ones. Don't make them all perfect. Oh yeah, see, you're doing it perfect. I mean, you're doing it amazing because we don't want it to be in the same direction. They are fairly straight, but they can be straight in different directions. And you can make the lines come all the way, that circle that we colored in black, you can make them come all the way down to there. Awesome. And then we can grab the gray and do the same thing with the gray. You can make them pretty light with the gray if you want, just to show like that there's different colors in his fur or in his spines. These aren't very soft fur. He has fur underneath. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, so I am a little bit worried that mine, that this is too solid of a line. So I'm going to make some extra brown ones so that I don't think you even need to because you did yours so good. I'm just going to make some so that
I'm going to make a bit more black lines.
Perfect. Yeah, you can just take a beat and look at your picture and see if there's anything you want to change about his spines. Okay, and then we're going to take the black again and just make this pretty dark shadow right under his chin. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. And then do the same thing right here on top of the brown. Just a little bit of shadow right next to the sign. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Okay, and then we're gonna do some of the shadowy lines on the cape. So right in the middle of this little leaf shape, that's like his cape, I just am doing a couple little fold lines like that to make it look like it's gathered together. And then I can make a couple little like wrinkly lines here from the bottom, just pull a couple lines up like that. Okay, before we go too far, I want to make sure you can tell where your sign shape is. So you can take either the same light blue or a darker blue and just trace around your sign like that, so you can tell exactly where it is. Oh, I like that. So in the book, the porcupine has a purple cape with yellow stars. But if you don't want to put the yellow stars on, it's totally okay. If this is too much work, you can do yellow polka dots, or you can not do any yellow at all. If you want to, you can add stars. Stars are optional. There you go, my friend. And then on top of that yellow, I'm going to do a little bit of this yellow just to make a little extra fancy. Very cool. And then around that, we can take the purple and color it in. For this part, you probably want to stay in the lines, but it's not a disaster if you don't.
I got a bit out of the lines.
That's okay. It's all good. And then you can take your purple, or your lavender, or your pink, or whatever you want. You can even use the blue if you wanted, and color on top. We're going to layer the color too, just to make our picture fancy. I'm going to add just a couple more spines right here, and then make his nose a little bit darker. And then I'm going to take my pink, color in his little tongue, because it looks like he's so excited. You can look and see if there's any more places you want to add anything, any more spines or fur, or, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love it, Greg.
Maybe a bit more brown.
Perfect. Yep, this is the perfect time to kind of look at your drawing and see what else you want to add. Okay, now I want you to think about what helps, if there's somebody that helps you feel brave, or if there's something that you do that helps you feel brave. I'm going to write this to my daughter.
I think mine needs a bit more of the black lines.
Perfect. So think about someone who helps you feel brave, or something that you do that you're brave when you do it. And then we're going to sign it in a pencil, because sometimes we can spend so much time making an awesome drawing, and then we'll do a huge signature that takes away from our drawing. So in the bottom corner, you can just sign your name and then put the year. Oh my gosh, Gray, I loved your drawing so much. So we have two different drawings. They look a little bit different because they were done by two different artists. And I think yours will look a little different too, because it was done by you. Thanks for drawing with us.
It was really fun.
Thanks, Gray.